Have a nice day. Today is Thursday, 16th of May 2024. This day is celebrated as International Day of Light. Every year on May 16, people around the world observe the International Day of Light. From the history point of view, Direct Action Day, 16th August 1946, was the day the All India Muslim League decided to take direct action for a separate Muslim homeland after the British exit from India. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu states that pro-Palestinian protesters place fake full bloody corpses at home of University of Michigan official. This photo provided by Sarah Hubbard shows pro-Palestinian protesters in Okemos, Michigan, demonstrating outside the home of Sarah Hubbard, the chair of the University of Michigan's governing board, on Wednesday, 15 May 2024. Pro-Palestinian protesters escalate tensions by demonstrating at a university board member's home over Israeli investments, raising concerns. Pro-Palestinian protesters wearing masks pitched tents and placed fake bloody corpses outside the home of a University of Michigan board member, raising tensions with the school. Sarah Hubbard, chair of the university's governing board, said the 6 a.m. demonstration at her home in Okemos on Wednesday involved 30 people. The Hindu newspaper also states that Hezbollah says strike Israel after field commander's killing. Smoke billows from the site of the Israeli airstrike on the southern Lebanese village of Kfar Kala near border on May 14, 2024. Hezbollah fighters on May 15 attacked the Miran base with the dozens of the Katyusha rockets, heavy rockets, and artillery shells, as well as the targeting a bark with the heavy rockets, the group said. Lebanon's Iran-backed Hezbollah group said it launched dozens of rockets at North Israeli military positions on May 15 in a retaliation for the killing of the member of Israeli said was a field commander. Israel and Hamas ally Hezbollah have exchanged near a daily fire following the Palestinian group's October 7 attack on southern Israel that sparked the war in Gaza. The Hindu newspaper also states that Russia's Putin arrives in China for a state visit in show of a unity between the authoritarian allies. Russian President Vladimir Putin chairs a meeting on the development of Russia's military-industrial complex in Moscow, Russia on May 15, 2024. Russian President Vladimir Putin's visit comes as Russia has become more economically dependent on China following Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine more than 2 years ago. Russia's President Vladimir Putin landed on May 16 in Beijing for a 2-day state visit to China in a show of a unity between the authoritarian allies as Moscow presses forward with a new offensive in Ukraine. Mr. Putin's visit comes as Russia has become more economically dependent on China following Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine more than 2 years ago. The Hindu newspaper also states that Indian forces are helping Kuki militants to wage war against Meitei groups in Myanmar, NSCN. The NSCN is one of the oldest and most powerful of about 30 rebel groups in the northeast India. Kuki as a frontal forces to engage in bloody discord against the Nagas, giving all logistics of support to the Kuki militant groups. The National Socialist Council of Nagaland, NSCN, on Wednesday accused the Indian security forces of helping the Kuki militant groups to wage a war against the Meitei revolutionary groups in Myanmar. The statement comes a day after the Hindu reported a charge sheet filed by the National Investigation Agency, where the central agency alleged that the China-Myanmar module of NSCN-RM, the Naga outfit that signed a framework agreement with the union government in presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2015, helped to ban Meitei outfits to infiltrate Manipur to fuel ethnic violence and destabilize the state. Now going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that across trade, tech and defense, the United States-China conflict is back and here to stay. United States President Joe Biden tariff announcement and his tone on Tuesday revealed that overall the thrust of the relationship with China remains deeply adversarial. Washington at the Rose Garden in the White House on Tuesday morning, just hours after the administration decided to impose and increase tariff rates on a range of China's imports. United States President Joe Biden explained the rationale of the American position. The Times also states that judges are not princes, but services providers. Chief Justice of India at a G20 summit in Brazil. Chief Justice of India Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud at the G20 summit. Judges are neither princes nor sovereigns, but services providers and enablers of rights-affirming societies. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud emphasized it on Tuesday in his address at the G20 summit of heads of the Supreme Courts and Constitutional Courts of G20 members in the Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. The Times also states that Pune-based ex-army officer killed in Gaza, Colonel Vaibhav Anil Kale, retired, killed in the Rafah region of the Gaza, was settled in Pune and had joined as a security service coordinator with the United Nations 3 weeks ago, his family said on a Tuesday. A native of Nagapur, Vaibhav Kale, 46, working with the United Nations, tragically lost his life en route into a hospital in the Rafah region of Gaza, Palestine on Monday. The Times also states that monsoon likely to reach Kerala around May 31st, in a meteorological department says. The southwest monsoon is expected to make an onset over Kerala around May 31, and the Indian Meteorological Department said on Wednesday. Southwest monsoon is likely to arrive over Kerala around May 31st. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, 7 listed Adani Group companies received SEBI notices in financial year 2024. The Adani Group's flagship company, Adani Enterprises, Adani Green Energy, Adani Power, and Adani Energy Solutions, Adani Total Gas, and Adani Wilmar received the SEBI notices in the Q4 to financial year 2024 for violation of certain norms. In January 2023, the United States-based short seller Hindenburg Research in a report accused the Adani Group of Brazilian stock manipulation and accounting fraud, which the company denied. Coal India and NMDC ONGC Videsh to actively scout for critical mineral assets abroad. Government. These PSUs already have some kind of a presence abroad. The government on Wednesday said public sector companies Coal India, NMDC and ONGC Videsh Limited OVL will start looking actively for the critical mineral assets overseas. A group of secretaries on resources had decided that these companies Coal India, NMDC, ONGC Videsh Limited move forward and look at the critical mineral assets abroad also. India's good exports up 1% in April. Merchandise trade deficit widens to 5-month high of $19.1 billion. Goods export in April this year at $34.99 billion was 1.09% higher compared to the $34.62 billion in April 2023. However, imports surged at a much faster pace, widening the rate gap to $19.1 billion. Amid weak global demand in the Western countries and a sharp surge in gold imports, in India's goods trade gap widened to a 5-month high of $19.1 billion in April month, with a 10% jump in imports and a 1% uptick in exports. Data released by the Commerce and Industry Ministry on Wednesday showed India's goods trade gap widened to a 4-month high of $19.1 billion in April month 2024. Testing of ethylene oxide residue in allspice shipments to Singapore, Hong Kong mandatory. The Commerce Ministry said that the Techno-Scientific Committee conducted a root cause analysis and inspected processing facilities and collected samples for testing in accredited labs after reports on recall of India's spice products from Singapore and Hong Kong. India has made the testing and sampling of ethylene oxide (ETO) residue for all spice shipments to Singapore and Hong Kong from May 7. Now going towards the world news, including Hezbollah says it launched drones at a military base west of Israel's Tiberias. One Iraqi soldier killed, two wounded in an attack by suspected Islamic State in Kirkuk. Israeli defense chief challenges Netanyahu over post-war Gaza plans. Watch Slovak's prime minister's bodyguards spring into action after assassination attempt. Japan, United States move ahead in a co-developing hypersonic weapons interceptor as a regional threats grow. Palestinians mark 1948 Nakba in the shadow of war in Gaza. Going towards science and tech, on Delhi's mounting waste crisis explained. Rag pickers seen collecting items at the Balswa landfill in New Delhi on December 16, 2020. As the national capital, Delhi needs to scale up its processing capacity to manage daily waste. The quantity of waste is expected to increase in the coming years together with the per capita waste generation. The story so far, the Supreme Court's recent criticism of solid waste management (SWM) in the New Delhi highlights a critical issue. The national capital has more than 3,800 tons of solid waste remaining untreated. This waste reaches landfills and threatens the public health and the environment. Southwest monsoon to reach Kerala around May 31st. Rain clouds gather over the Kochi city on May 15, 2024. This is not only it is close to the normal date. Indian Meteorological Department Director General Mrityunjay Mohapatra said the southwest monsoon is likely to arrive over the Kerala around May 31st, setting the stage for the 4-month rainfall season crucial for India's farm-based economy. This year, the southwest monsoon is likely to set in over Kerala on May 31st with a model error of 4 days, the Indian Meteorological Department said on a Wednesday. General central obesity is linked to higher risk of colorectal cancer. Obesity is generally defined as the body mass index, which does not say anything about how fat is distributed in the body. Data from the study can be used to develop new screening tools for the colorectal cancer in the future, experts say. Obesity rates are rising worldwide. In India, 2022 study, The Lancet estimated the percentage of the obese women and men to be 9.8% and 5.4% respectively. Along with the high risk of heart disease and diabetes, obesity has been linked to a higher susceptibility to colorectal cancer (CRC), among the others. At last, there's a famous quotation, or we call it slogan, said by Birsa Munda, whose birth anniversary is 15th of November 1875 to 9 June 1900, was an Indian tribal independence activist and a folk hero who belonged to a Munda tribe. He spearheaded a tribal religious millenarian movement that arose in the Bengal Presidency, now Jharkhand, in the late 19th century during the British Raj, thereby making him an important figure in the history of the Indian independence movement. The revolt mainly concentrated in the Munda belt of Khunti, Tamar, Sarwada and Bandgaon. Birsa Munda says a famous slogan. He says that Birsa Munda's slogan threatening the British Raj. He says that Abhua Raj Setter Jana, Maharani Raj Tudda Jana. Let the kingdom of the Queen be ended and our kingdom be established. Is remembered today in areas of Orissa, Bihar, West Bengal and Madhya Pradesh. Okay, thank you.